Watch this video carefully, okay? Oh man, when I came across this particular company, I was blown away by the kind of things they're building in electric vehicle world, and the way they're manufacturing these things was super duper amazing. Even the brand identity, the brand messaging, and the kind of vibe they were creating was super duper good, and I was really just inspired and excited by the whole situation. And that's what we are going to talk about in today's case study. We are talking about Arrival. I came across Arrival from this particular article which I read, which was about Uber and Arrival partnering to create an EV for ride-hail drivers. So Uber is partnering with Arrival in London, where they will be creating these cabs created by Arrival, the EVs, electric vehicles created by Arrivals, which are designed specifically for ride hailing. So Arrival will be working with cabbies, the guys who drive the cab and the people who use these cabs, to make these vehicles as user friendly as possible. And after reading that, I went on exploring Arrival, and as I said, I got super duper excited, and we will talk about the products which they are building, the way they are building these things, the way they are manufacturing these things. Those are the things which we are going to discuss in this video. But before we do that, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Suyog, also known as the Fun Indian Guy. I'm a creative strategy and innovation consultant, service designer, filmmaker, musician, podcaster, and a founder of an online innovation lab called Futuring Now. And this is the Fun Indian Guy channel, where we talk about creativity, design, innovation, and lifestyle. And in this particular segment, I like to take dives into one of the amazing innovation case studies on the planet and share them with you. With that, let's go and explore Arrival. So the first thing I did after reading the article was checking out their website. And when I came to this website, I was extremely blown away by the kind of details they had, the kind of promise they had, the kind of things they were building, and especially these particular products which these guys are building as EVs. And one thing to notice about the company is Arrival is focusing on commercial vehicles only. So they are not making vehicles directly for the consumer market, they are making vehicles for commercial purposes. And the core reason behind it is to have a much more impact on the world, as commercial vehicles are everywhere. So bringing electric vehicles, sustainable practices in this particular sector is going to go much longer. So these are the kind of products they're building. They have electric vans, the Arrival vans, which will be used for delivering things for logistics. Then they have buses, which will take you from point A to B in a city or intercity. And then they have this third segment, which they just introduced, which is Arrival car, which was the same thing which we saw here in this particular news of Uber and Arrival partnering. That was the commercial car they're building for such purpose. So these are three main products these guys are building. And before we start discussing how these guys are manufacturing these particular vehicles, I would like to bring your attention to the website design, because that was my first primary touch point. And if the website is able to give me the basic or the specific understanding about the company and its mission and the way they're building stuff, that's the win-win situation. As more and more we go ahead, websites are going to play very crucial role, because these guys, you might not end up being in one of the showrooms where these guys sell the vehicles, but you will surely be on the websites. And if the websites can have such impact on people, that's gonna be cool. Once you click on a product, the product page appears, where you have like a really bite-sized information, not much of a copy, so you can read quickly and understand what it is about and get more information, videos and visuals of the particular product. And that is a really clean design. And as I said, I really liked it about the whole website, and that's why I was able to grasp the potential of this particular company, because it's not only about the products but the kind of ecosystem they want to create around the world. And to understand that particular ecosystem bit, we'll have to understand how these guys are manufacturing these vehicles. So let's look at that.
Today's products are built on iteration, version after version, creating the illusion of progress. It's time to stop thinking about the future and start thinking from the future. Not only create the product itself, but also reinvent the process that makes it. 100 years ago, the assembly line revolutionized transportation. But the same approach is still in place today, only more complicated and much longer. A process that limits innovation and requires enormous investment. So we started again with a single smart production cell, designing for total robotic assembly. Each cell capable of building any of our vehicles, modular and scalable. We've named it the Microfactory. Installed in existing warehouses, they start production quickly at a fraction of the cost, making vehicles locally to be used locally, empowering the communities they serve. These microfactories can be deployed all over the globe, making electric vehicles better and affordable to all. This is the next transport revolution.
So that was a very clean messaging about how they want to change this world, right? We have seen the long, humongous, big mega factories like Tesla for that matter, where you have assembly line and a very traditional approach, though high tech, but still a traditional approach of creating vehicles. But these guys are challenging that and changing it to the scale that these guys would potentially be able to scale this model super quick if everything works out perfectly. But this one unit idea instead of assembly line is very interesting, and that's how they're gonna enable making stuff quicker by having these micro factories all over the globe or all over the periphery, instead of shipping the cars from point A to point B, by reducing the carbon footprint massively, and also by having materials which are sustainable and reusable and can be sourced locally. And that's a really nice way. And another thing which is very important to understand is elements. So these vehicles which they are creating, the kind of parts they are creating for it are plug and play. From bus, car to the van, the parts can be put into any of the systems, and it's just like Lego blocks that you have some functionality and you put them together to create a modular thing. And this way they're able to utilize and scale the micro factory approach, because the same factory unit can potentially produce any kind of vehicles by arrival, because every part is plug and play, and it's not like you need a completely different set of assembly line or completely different unit to create something else. And by having this particular idea or a concept, they will be able to generate, or they will be able to create much more things, and even the parts will be easily replaceable. So something goes bad, you can simply remove it and replace it. And by having this system, you are also reducing the whole warehouse situation, because you will not have to have a part for each particular vehicle. The same part will be applicable for all three. So you will not have to have inventory of parts of buses, cars and the vans. You just have parts which go everywhere. And that was a very unique approach towards manufacturing, and very different than what and how we have been seeing things being built till now. And this is definitely an enabler. And as the guides from Arrival themselves said, that if this thing works, the potential of it and the scalability of it and the capability of it is so vast that they can totally transform the way we look at mobility. And as I already said, everything is well thought of and well designed. I think the company definitely has a lot of potential. So if you are interested to understand more, to learn more about this particular company, I would just ask you to go to arrival.com and figure out and go ahead and explore the whole website, because I just touched upon the basic things about the product and the manufacturing and the way they are doing the whole thing. But there is much more to it. So for example, powered by Arrival, in this segment, you will be able to see the kind of things they have already created, like refitting the traditional vehicles with EV, as well as powering a robo race vehicle. So the whole company is very interesting. Even their approach of communicating their ideas is much more solid. So if you are into cars or mobility or vehicles in general or technology or services, I would say Arrival is a really nice case study you should definitely look at. With that said, I think we pretty much touched upon the main key things about Arrival, and I hope it will add some sort of value in your work, in your process, in your projects. Because as I said, any concept or any kind of inspiration which we take from other services or other products or other companies can be totally applicable in your own context, in your own project, in your own company. So it's all about having that context jam where you take the idea, get inspired, and try to apply it in your context by changing some of the things in it, and still building meaningful products and services. I hope this kind of videos which we are creating on the channel will help you in some way, at least to trigger some thoughts. And if that happens, I'll be super duper happy about that. With that said, guys, take care, stay safe. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon so you get notified whenever I drop the next new case studies or different discussion on the topic. And also tune in and listen to our Daily Ish Pod, a podcast where we talk about creativity, design, innovation, and lifestyle. That being said, that's all from my side, and I'll catch you in the next one. You take care and stay safe. Ciao.